This is fated after the fall. In a world of magic and mayhem, our story begins with Aiko and Kaito. Now, Aiko's got a spirit, you know. She's headstrong, determined, and isn't afraid to speak her mind. But beneath that fiery exterior beats a heart of gold. She's loyal, compassionate, and would do anything for those she cares about. Basically, she's the kind of person who stands up for what she believes in, even if it means going against the grain. Kaito, on the other hand, is more of a lone wolf type. Quiet, brooding, and powerful beyond measure. He's got this aura about him that just draws you in. You know, like a moth to a flame. But behind those intense eyes lies a noble heart. A heart that's seen its fair share of pain and loss. Now, these two lovebirds weren't always meant to be, you know, despite the sparks flying between them from the very beginning. Their paths were different, their responsibilities weighed heavy, and the road ahead seemed to stretch before them, separate but parallel. So with heavy hearts and tearful goodbyes, they decided to part ways. Little did they know their destinies were intertwined in ways they couldn't even fathom. But let me tell you, the story doesn't end there. Oh, no, not by a long shot. Because when the shadows of the past rise and the true villain emerges from the darkness, threatening to engulf their world in chaos, fate had a funny way of twisting things. It brought these two former flames back together. And let me tell you, the chemistry between them is off the charts. The tension builds with every stolen glance, every brush of the fingertips. There's an undeniable connection that pulls them together, threatening to consume them whole. But can they trust each other? Can they let go of the past and embrace the love that still burns brightly between them? Or will their differences tear them apart once again just as the world hangs in the balance? That's right, folks. This ain't your average love story. It's a whirlwind of emotions, action, and a whole lot of destiny. So buckle up and get ready for a ride, because in this crazy world of magic and mayhem, anything can happen. Our story kicks off with Aiko making a decision that will change everything. She's chosen to leave Kaito, you know, the guy who's been like a brother to her. Now, don't get me wrong, there's chemistry between these two that could light up the night sky. But Aiko, bless her heart, she's got her own path to walk. She wants to forge her own destiny, you know, and that means saying goodbye to Kaito. Meanwhile, Kaito, he's got his own demons to battle. He's got this dark secret weighing him down. Something from his past that's haunting him like a bad case of déjà vu. And let's not forget about the villain, shall we? This dude is pure evil, like the kind that makes your skin crawl. He's got his sights set on nothing less than destroying the world as we know it. And he's got an army of misfits at his command, ready to do his dirty work. But here's the kicker. This whole showdown has been brewing for quite some time now. These forces have been colliding since the very beginning. It's like a game of chess, you know, with each player making their moves, plotting their revenge. But now the pieces are falling into place, and the final battle is on the horizon. As the story unfolds, we're treated to a series of flashbacks, and let me tell you, they'll leave you in awe. We get to see the early days of Kaito and Aiko's relationship, and it's like a breath of fresh air amidst the brewing chaos. We see how their love story began, how their bond deepened, and how their feelings grew. It's a reminder of the power of love and the strength it can bring, especially when all hope seems to be lost. Now, let's talk about the chemistry between Kaito and Aiko. These two have more chemistry than a beaker full of love potion. Their connection is so palpable you can practically feel it crackling between them. And as the story progresses, their feelings for each other intensify. It's like a wildfire, burning bright and unstoppable. But let's not kid ourselves. This ain't no fairy tale. There are bumps along the way, misunderstandings, doubts, and secrets that threaten to tear them apart. But through it all, their love endures. And let me tell you, the supporting characters are just as colorful as the main event. You've got friends who stand by you through thick and thin, ready to lend a helping hand or a shoulder to cry on. And then there are the enemies, the ones who would stop at nothing to bring our heroes down. But hey, what's a good story without a little conflict, right? The plot twists and turns like a roller coaster, keeping you on the edge of your seat. There are moments that will make you laugh, others that will break your heart. But overall, it's a wild ride that you won't soon forget. Now, if you're a fan of fantasy romance or just a sucker for a good love story, then this book is a must-read. It's filled with adventure, passion, and enough drama to keep you hooked until the very last page. The writing is so captivating that you'll feel like you're right there in the thick of the action. The author has a way with words that will leave you breathless. Overall, Faded After the Fall is a story that will stay with you long after you finish reading it. It's a tale of love, loss, and the power of human connection. It's a story that reminds us that even in the darkest of times, hope can still shine through. Okay, so picture this. Our story starts with Aiko, a strong-willed and independent young woman who's just trying to make her way in the world. She's got dreams and aspirations, but let's face it, she's also got a lot of baggage. And then there's Kaito, the brooding and mysterious type who seems to have it all together. But trust me, looks can be deceiving. These two lovebirds meet in a whirlwind of circumstances, and from the moment their eyes meet, there's an undeniable spark. But as we all know, sparks don't always lead to fireworks, do they? As their relationship blossoms, we see Aiko and Kaito open up to each other, sharing their deepest secrets and vulnerabilities. But as they get closer, they also start to realize that they're not so different after all. They both have their own unique challenges and struggles, but they face them with the same strength and determination. But wait, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Before they can live happily ever after, they've got some serious obstacles to overcome. Enter the villain, a character so cunning and manipulative that you'll want to slap them silly. This person is the embodiment of everything that's wrong with the world, and they'll stop at nothing to achieve their goals. But as the story unfolds, we see that the villain's true power lies in the darkness that resides within them. They've been consumed by their own pain and trauma, which has twisted their perception of the world and turned them into the very thing they fear the most. Now, throughout the course of the story, Aiko and Kaito are forced to confront not only the villain, but also their own inner demons. They learn that the greatest battles are often fought within, and that the only way to truly overcome evil is to embrace the good. The ending of the story is both satisfying and thought-provoking. We see that justice is served, but not in the way that we might expect. There's no happy ending, but there's hope for the future. We're left with a sense of closure, but also with a lot to think about. And let's not forget about the supporting characters, folks. They're just as complex and well-developed as our main leads. Each character has their own unique perspective and role to play in the story, and they all contribute to the overall message of redemption and second chances. Overall, Faded After the Fall is a must-read for anyone who loves a good story with a whole lot of heart. It's a story about love, loss, redemption, and the importance of embracing the unknown. It's a journey that will keep you on the edge of your seat, but it's also a story that will stay with you long after you finish reading it. So grab a copy, settle in, and prepare to be swept away on a whirlwind romance that will leave you believing in second chances and the power of love.